with a single stack out the back in this 770 class. So Trent Terry was on the brakes before the stripe. That makes it kind of tough when you're trying to look at that ET slip and get some usable information. Dakota Baker from Granbury on a 70 went 83 with an 8 at 88 miles an hour. Neither one of them will be pleased with their reaction time. But boy, I do think it would make it a little bit difficult if you're trying to glean information and gain knowledge and data. To stomp the brakes before the finish line might be a little bit detrimental to that process. Tail end of this 770 Super Diesel class. 7.665 just under for the right lane. 7.858 just over for the left lane. Ryan Harmon and Dustin Binturn. Louisiana, North Carolina, left to right. Another very good pairing. 770 went over by 11 thousandths to Dustin Minturn. Over by 22 hundredths for Ryan Harmon. Very good pairing. I like to see him, even though it's qualifying, to see these guys get an opportunity to race door to door. And Austin Pitts from Tennessee Colony, Texas is coming up in that flatbed that we watched struggle getting off of the line. They're at the tail end of the sportsman qualifying and is now back double duty in the ARP Super Diesel class. So let's go ahead and take a look at the points from a year ago. Robbie Bowermaster won that thing by 40 points over Lane Wright. So will it be Lane's chance? Because Robbie is not in the National Points Championship chase this year in Super Diesel. He was unable to make as many rounds as he would have liked to have. In fact, I do not even see him in the top 26 of Super Diesel. So Lane Wright, he, in essence, has that locked up. In essence, mathematically, it's still available for somebody else to be able to claim that spot. That somebody else would have to be Jeff Avery. So Lane and Robbie are locked into a collision course here in this Super Diesel class on Friday night. A lot could change between now and getting into those eliminators tomorrow evening. So Chris Perales from Floresville going into the Hot Shot Secret left lane. That's Matthew Parker from Bryan, Texas in his Dodge. Cruising into the Power Stroke Products right lane sponsorship for the World Finals here at the Texas Motorplex. My name is Scott Heaton with the NHRDA. It is my pleasure to be part of Diesel TV and the World Finals weekend. So Perales, this is our 670 class. The PPE 670. 709 with a 1. Matthew Parker went 675 with a 6 on that 70 dial. So one of the two dudes going to look at his ET slip and go, that was a very, very nice run because it was a 008 start, simply the best reaction time so far tonight in any of the qualifying. .670 is the number, went 672 with a 1 to finish out that category, or excuse me, that pass in our 670 index, sponsored by PPE. Pacific Performance Engineering. Whether you're chasing insane horsepower, rock solid reliability, or just looking to out-torque your competition, they've got your back. From high reliability, high flow intakes to performance intercooler kits and everything in between, PPE's mission is simple. Take your truck's performance from factory mediocre to absolute beast mode. Check out PPEpower.com. At PPE, we're not just engineers, we're enthusiasts just like you. Driven Diesel Super Street is on track with Brett Markham and Jake Caldwell. Iowa, Texas, left to right. Fine engineered rides. Got to put some effort into being in this class regardless. No.
Look like a red light.
Hot Rod Semi, there's only 2 of you in the lanes. Hot Rod Semi, we got to have you back. Reese Control says bring it. Hot Rod Semi. No times, no timers. All the winners from No Time, you need to be back in lane 10. All of the no timers need to be back in lane 10 for hard way performance, please. Ray Ross, one of the guys on the outside looking in at some championship hardware this weekend. .30 back of the leader on property of Brett Markham. Markham just got his hit a moment ago. So Ray Ross finishing out his qualifying session as we get into the Hot Rod Semis. Cord Cooper, that's why he's smoking guns. Leaving a big smoky mess in the water box for the 68 Kenworth. Gary Reese from Hastings, Minnesota, watching that transpire in the Hot Shot Secret left lane. Currently in points in the Hot Rod Semi, the legend Wayne Talkington is currently leading Gary Reese by 20 points. The legend has accrued 120 this year. Reese has accrued 100. Oscar Velasquez at 60. So OV did make a round that I was not aware of. Looks like that was down the Desert Diesel Nationals. I was there, I just don't remember. So Wayne Talkington is the current national points leader. Gary Reese trying to upset the apple cart on double points weekend in this in this hot rod semi class. Gord Cooper, after that big extended burnout, brings him back to the start tree, as hearing Gary Reese will finish out their qualifying session in our hot rod semi class. By the looks of things, Gord Cooper left too soon. 5:29 start for Gary Reese, went 106 mile an hour to 12:83 with an 8. You can see that on the scoreboard. There in the hot shot secret left side of the racetrack. Unfortunately, not getting any. Last call, Pro Street and Pro Mod. Last call for Pro Street and Pro Mod. No time. We need you in lane 10. No timers. You should be back in 10. Is 60 points back of Wayne Talkington, but he is in top 3. Is 60 points back of Wayne Talkington, but he is in top 3. Speaking of Wayne Talkington, that is the legend himself from Kingman, Arizona, taking the 63 Kenworth Model 923, that Lucas Oil MAV TV entry into the Power Stroke product right lane. Oscar Velasquez, very good start. Nice launch for the legend of Wayne Talkington. Very good start. Nice launch for the legend of Wayne Talkington. Remember now, world record is always in jeopardy as we get to the top side of the racetrack. The full distance of 12:42 with a 7 at 107 miles an hour. So he is about 1.2 off on ET. And it looks to be 13 seconds, 12 and change off of the mile per hour. Now comes up Mario Minetti. Burnout, folks. You need to be coming into the short chute. Burnout to the short chute, please. That is the break between the control tower and the grandstands here on the pit side. Short chute. We need all of our Burnout competitors queuing up for your opportunity to play. So Mario Minetti, here are the numbers in this class. 11:20 at 122.5 miles an hour. So no time. They're looking for you in lane 10. I heard there's one of you left with the no timers. Tim with Poor Boys, we need you into lane 10, please. Tim and the Poor Boys entry, bring her to lane 10. You're the last one they're looking for here in the no time eliminator. So Mario in the 88 Pete, been in the 10s, couple times, 2, maybe 3 times this year. Spooling up. This class makes me smile. Ugh. Not the typical hardcore launch that you see out of Mario Minetti. Not the way he typically gets off of the line. Top side of the racetrack, 13:06 and 101, not close to either numbers. So track prep is underway. Track prep.
Unleash your diesel with Hot Shot Secret. Products proven by third-party testing to unleash diesel engine performance. Increase fuel economy, boost cetane, lubricate and clean out pumps and injectors with Diesel Extreme and Everyday Diesel Treatment. Reduce wear. Critical internal components with Stiction Eliminator and FR3 Friction Reducer. Fuel and oil solutions that keep your diesel running in top condition, saving you time, money, and stress. Hot Shot Secret lives in the lab to make sure its products not only perform, but remain best in class. Pick up some today and see the difference for yourself. Hot Shot's Secret, powered by science.
Unleash the true power of your truck with Pacific Performance Engineering. Our high-performance intakes, charge pipes, and intercoolers boost your truck's horsepower and torque. Our high-grade aluminum transmission pans, oil pans, and differential covers ensure optimal cooling and efficiency. PPE delivers unmatched reliability and is your one-stop shop for all your performance needs. Visit ppepower.com today to learn more.
At Dynamite Diesel Products, we specialize in providing the fueling your truck needs. From high-performance race trucks to daily drivers, we strive to provide clean and smooth horsepower. We calibrate and balance injection rate to the tightest tolerances in the industry. Dynamite Diesel constantly upgrades machining and processes based off many years of experience to provide the best product possible. At Dynamite, fueling is our passion.
ARP, the ultimate fasteners for your diesel engine. From main studs to rod bolts to head studs, ARP outperforms and outlasts factory hardware. When failure is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com.
For over 20 years, Driven Diesel has been an innovator and a market leader in the world of 7.3 and 6.0 fuel system products. We've been first to market with numerous product features and designs, and we've revised and expanded our product line to keep up with the ever-changing needs of diesel pickup owners. With our new in-house CNC capability and continued focus on U.S. production, product quality, and innovation, we are more focused than ever on developing unique solutions to modern diesel problems. Check us out at drivendiesel.com.
What does it mean to be built with Summit? It means your truck is getting transformed. Built with Summit means less job site downtime because you're not waiting on parts. And Built with Summit means you're getting the best prices in the industry, which means more money for the workday and for the weekend. Summit Racing Equipment. Let's build it together. SummitRacing.com.
Last call coming from Race Control for Pro Street. Last call, Pro Streets. All Pro Streets that are going to take advantage of this second qualifying session for the Summit Racing Pro Street class need to be in lane number 8. Should have all of our burnout competitors. All of our burnout competitors should be in the short chute. That is the area right between the pit side grandstand and the control tower. That is what is known as the short chute. We should have all of our burnout participants in the short chute as we're down to just a couple of hits left here in our last qualifying session and getting to the end of the no time eliminators. So Pro Modified, the defending national points champion Wade Minter is coming into the box. He is the current point leader in that split window Corvette. Buheider and the rest of the crew trying to get that thing to hook. As we saw it all weekend long up in Montana, just the track would not take the horsepower. He blew the tires off here in that lane just a little while ago in session number 1 for Pro Modified. 63 vet. Can he get a hit? Can he get his fix? Can he get the adrenaline that he's looking for? Come on, Wade. Pedaled it and threw the dirty laundry at it. A 503 with a 2 at 143 miles an hour. Pro Modified. So the 503, the numbers here on the world record side of things in the Pro Modified class, Minter holds those. 432 elapsed time, 162.28. We could possibly, potentially see that as they get that dialed in. Buheider and the crew are going to do what they've got to do to try to get that thing to be very, very good on Saturday to wrap up that National Point Championship and the World Championship for Wade Minter in Pro Modified. So the TSD, Team Opie, finishes things out. Now we roll into our Pro Street. The last of the Pro Street, this is Philip Franklin. He is the world record holder on both ends of it, 492 at 155.2. Says the 70s are possible. The 470s are possible this weekend. He had a very good showing there in the Opie a little while ago and hit number 1. Wasn't quite down to the numbers, but you've seen the potential as the air has gotten a little bit better here with Mr. Sun going away. Hopefully those humidity numbers coming down a little bit as the evening wears on. Will that be what it takes for Opie to post one for Philip Franklin? The Opster, the 06 3/4 ton Dodge. The unassuming driver that becomes an absolute behemoth when he gets into the seat of the race ride. Spooling up. I think it'd take a massive amount of dexterity, like we just saw out of Wade Minter, what we're going to see out of Philip Franklin, to have those things pushed up so high on the RPM, building that boost, and then bumping in that last 7 inches as Minter did. Sticks it. Got a little squirrely at 60, had to steer it to correct it. 481 with a 4 and 157.4. So the 481 with a 4 and the 157 are going to be good enough. He's got to back those up by 10% to set a new world record. And now let's send it down to Ryan Milliken with our no time eliminators.
No time, no time, no time. This is the finals. First two pair up is going to be our Run What You Brung class. We got Tim with Po' Boys Diesel in the right-hand lane. We've got Blaine with Boar Diesel in the left-hand lane out of Colorado. These boys are racing for an $800 purse because we only had 4 cars total in the Run What You Brung. Both of these guys are 590 index competitors in the NHRDA. Both trucks capable of going well faster than 590. That's just the class they race in here at the NHRDA. You got a long bed second gen Dodge in the left-hand lane and a mega cab third gen Dodge in the right-hand lane. Both these trucks it's on Motec, right? Right-hand lane's on Motec? Yeah, right-hand lane is Motec. Left-hand lane is Motec as well. Both 47 or torque flight. So both these trucks are 47, 48 transmissions. Oop, I think left lane is out, left lane is out, left lane gets the win light. We're not going to see a time slip on that. I don't know how fast they went, but left lane is out. I'd love to see that reaction time. Congratulations, Blaine, on the win in no time. And congrats on Tim with Po' Boys on the runner-up. Both those trucks are going to come back around and get some cash. Right-hand lane, Jeremy Stickney in the truck that can't decide if it wants to be blue or gray. 670 index. These are the finals for our street style no time class. Dusty Brown and Larry Brown single cab truck here. Left-hand lane, this truck has won a lot of races all around the Southeast, especially in Texas. These guys are racing for $1,600 cash. They had 8 total people fill up the ranks of the no time shootout tonight. $200 each. You do the math. It's a fair fight. I think right lane is out. Left lane for the win. Left lane for the win. I think Dusty drove around. From my point of view, 60 foot to the 330, it looked like right-hand lane was out, but Dusty drove around. Dusty drove around for the win. Congrats to both those guys, and they are both coming back to join us for some winner circle pictures and cash. So, Tower, I'll hand it over to you, and I guess it's time for the Burnout contest.
The no time in the books. Now it's time to get into the water box for the Burnout contest. It looks like we only had 2 entries to try to run a little smoke and a little rubber off of the tires to get some money. All right, so Burnout competition. 2 takers on trying to win the money. The Ford will be coming in first into the water box, and I do not believe that they anticipate those tires making it through. I think they have actually set things up to where those tires will let go. It will be an abbreviated burn. There is only a 30-second burn tonight. And that Ford is going to get 2 bottles of NOS. I asked him, can you eat 2 bottles in 30 seconds? He goes, by God, yes, we can. It's a lot of money to throw at it. All right, so once they get all the safety gear on for the guy that's running bottles, we'll get the driver up here. I like the sticker in the front of the windshield. All right, so his fire jacket and his hard hat are on. Several $100s worth of GoFast going to be juiced right here. All right, Diesel TV is airing as we finish out Friday night here at the Texas Motorplex. Where'd he go? It's usually the passenger that's laid down like that, bro. Yeah, at least somebody got my dumb joke. All right, so roll it in. Run that window down, brother. The Ford F-250 looks like it came out of the Midwest by all of the rust on the chassis. What's your name?
Jaden.
Who you running tonight?
What do you mean?
What's your crew called?
J&K.
J&K. All right. Get in there. He's got a 30-second burn. You can see that thing has been involved with a lot of burnouts by the simple amount. You can just about retread a tire with the amount of tire that is left on the firewall or the bang board and across the roof and the hood. So the bottle man is ready to go. Try to get him queued up and squared up. I typically stand relatively close, but with these guys, I'm not going to. In fact, I am going to err on the side of caution and find myself someplace to not be while they try to eat 2 bottles in the burnout pit in 30 seconds. All right, so this is your timer right here. This is the guy that's going to give you the go. This is the guy that's going to give you the stop. All right? And was only able to eat 1 bottle. Ate 1 bottle of the NOS and left out some smoke. Give a round of applause to the 3/4 ton Ford. That is actually the first time I've ever seen that. I have never seen anybody just blow NOS into the air cleaner. Seems like not a very good use of the resources. The final one that is entered into our burnout competition. And the adrenaline is rolling out of the 3/4 ton Ford. These guys are all full of hopped up on Mountain Dew and Skittles. They want to do it again. At 15 more pounds of NOS they want to throw in the air. All right, so the Ford is done now. The double stack and Dodge. For Pitts Motorsports, Roll up, trying to get the driver's name. What's your name, bud? Austin Pitts. You're drag racing as well as burning? They ain't the tires you're using drag racing, right?
We got a separate set just for this.
A little weather check, snow check. So the radiator let go. Ray Pitts. Super stoked about that. Now confirm with judges.